captions are on, and the video is starting.
So first, I'm going to walk through the technical, how we set it up, and then the results. So the first part of this, we have to give a big shout out and thank you to Mike for building in the awesome functionality of making this an option for our subthemes. So the way I describe it is Mike built in the functionality to discover and look for custom fields. And I believe that code is in the React paragraphs module. Is that correct? Okay, yeah.
And it's literally called plugin discovery. So you're right on track there.
Okay, cool. So basically how that part works is that module will go and look and see if the subthemes that are in use have this file. Oh, let me turn up my text size so that you guys can see this easier. It might already be big enough. Is that big enough for you guys? Okay. So we have this, it's just the file labels are still small, but it's the theme name.reactbehaviors.yaml file. So if you add a file with that naming convention to your theme, then it will look in here for what fields should be defined. So here we have card variant info, and we have set this bundle of fields to only be used for the paragraph type of Stanford card. And Mike has provided some examples, but you can limit these to certain paragraph types. You can allow on multiple paragraph types. You can even allow them on the paragraph row, which we aren't doing right now because it does impact a lot of things if you do it on the row and you have to work with any kind of paragraph type that could go inside it. Like if you added a background on a row, you might need to see how that works with all the paragraphs. So we only are applying our changes to the paragraph type of Stanford card. So it's very scoped and easier to maintain that way. And that's the only need that we had at this time. In the future, SA might do the same with banners because we did have to get a little creative doing our banner styles last summer. That implementation is still working for now, but if they want to kind of add to the options that we did before, then we would probably add some of these custom fields for the banner paragraph type. So right here, we are defining a card type drop-down field with options icon card, horizontal card, and vertical card. And then a card border style, minimal or bordered. And then we have horizontal card image style and horizontal card image position. So I will go ahead and show you what that does. Basically, that defines the fields so that when you go and edit a card paragraph, you have all your regular fields here, but then we now have a content and the style tab. So if you go to the style tab, you'll see these are the 4 fields that we just defined. So we have the card type, the border style, and then these ones I'm not using on this card because it's only for horizontal card and I'm doing an icon card here. But you can see that there's some options there as well. So that was the first step, just to define the fields and make them available. So that part is actually pretty easy and pretty convenient. And when we first implemented that, of course, nothing happens with this data yet. So the next step is making that data available to use. So here, this is the SA Victoria subtheme.theme file. And we have, let me scroll up a little bit. Right here, we have a preprocess DS entity view function. If it is a paragraph type, then we set the paragraph, and then we check if it's a Stanford card, then we do this preprocess function. Same with banner, but I'm not using paragraph variant work there. So we'll just look at the card function again here. So we come in here. First, we check if there is an image field or an image uploaded into the image field. Here we are adding the border style class to the card wrapper. So this is taking the value from that border field here, minimal or bordered. We go here and say get behavior setting from the paragraph. And we say in card variant info, which remember we had card variant info and then card border style is the field we're looking at. So card variant info, we go into card border style and we get the value. And if it is empty, then we are defining a default to use the border style. So that's the basics of how you would get the value from our behavior, paragraph behaviors. And here we are adding it to the classes array. So we continue to do that down here as well. We get card type. We also saved a few of these values for doing some logic in here. We come in here and we say, if there is an image uploaded into the card, then do some checks. If there's not, we don't really need to worry about it. But if there is an image, then we'll come in and check if it's an icon card type of card, then we set the image style. So there's two things we're doing in this theme function. One is making some classes available so that we can style our card appropriately. And the second is that using these conditional statements, we are setting the image, responsive image styles differently. So for the icon, we're using full responsive. For the vertical card, which is rectangle images, we're using the card to 1 ratio responsive image style. If it's a horizontal card, we are allowing either rectangles or circles. So then we need to get in and check if it's the small circle style that was selected, we will use a responsive 1-to-1 ratio image style. And if it's the rectangle, then we'll use the card to 1 ratio. One more thing we're doing in here is if it's a horizontal card and if it's a rectangle, then we do allow positions of image left or image right. So that was the last field on here. So we had horizontal card image style of circle or rectangle, and then the image position. Just for this rectangle case, they can have image on the left or image on the right. So now by this point, we've defined all the fields. We've passed all the classes out to the paragraph wrapper, and we've set the correct responsive image styles. So now let's go and see where these classes show up. So the class that we're expecting are these values right here defined in this field. So SU card wrapper icon, SU card wrapper horizontal, same with borders and styles. For instance, we usually do SU card wrapper as a standard. And then since this field only applies to horizontal card, we did SU horizontal card wrapper -- and then the appropriate specific style or thing. So let's go ahead and view this page. So now if we go ahead and inspect this paragraph, let me make this a little bigger too. So if we inspect the paragraph, you can see here this article element is where we have the SU card. And originally we wanted to put the classes there at that level, but it was very difficult to try to pass the data down several levels into the pattern that was being used. So what we did was just up here, this parent div gets the classes at this DS entity paragraph level, which remember in our theme function, right here, this is the preprocessed DS entity view. So that was the level we were at where we were able to access all the data. So that's where we printed out the classes. So that's why we said SU card wrapper border none rather than SU card border none, because it's a wrapper. So SU card wrapper, we've got the border, we've got the type of icon, and that's what provides the styles for this card. Does anyone have any questions so far? Should have asked that a few minutes ago. All good?
So just quick question, that means that all the cards in one section have to look the same?
No, let me go back to that again. Let's edit the page.
I missed that then.
No worries, no worries. That's good to clarify. So this icon card is the first one I showed you, and it is set to icon card and minimal with nothing there. Now I set some text areas with the headings, but let's go to this card here. This card here, oh, is also icon. Let's go down here, minimal vertical card. This card is set differently. So every card has its own settings. So you do need to apply them to each card. This one's set to vertical and no border. And then these aren't applying because it's a vertical card. This vertical bordered card, vertical and a border shadow, border and drop down drop shadow. Down here we have horizontal cards. So this one we have all the fields in use. Type horizontal card with no border, using a large rectangle image ratio, and the image is on the left. We should note and make sure that we put in a 1:2 ratio image so that it looks correct. So we have all our normal data. So each card has its own settings. If we look down here at a circle card, a horizontal circle card, I have uploaded an image 1:1 ratio, so that's correct for a circle. And then I've set horizontal, minimal, small circle style. And this image position is currently only used for large rectangle style, so I don't need to set anything there. Even if I set something there, it won't be used because of the logic here in the theme, where it only applies the left and right image position if it's a rectangle style. So we have put in, like, basically it should be foolproof, where if you select something that's not allowed, it won't allow it anyway. So that's basically I've configured each of these to show every option that we have available. Yeah, so these are the icon cards. You can see there's various options. The icon is actually optional, and most of the time that they use this card is without the icon as well, even though it's called icon card. Another option that they have is the vertical cards. So this is basically the only one. Icon cards and vertical cards are the only ones that we recommend they ever do 3 across, because the horizontal ones don't fit very well. But they can have minimal or bordered. And the vertical cards are always a rectangle image style. And previously they wanted squares as well, but they have moved away from that and don't want to allow it now. And then horizontal cards. So now there's a little bit more options with horizontal cards. So here we have the rectangle versions, 2 across, and they're all minimal without a border. Oh, ignore that. It's not a bordered card. So they can have image on the left, image on the right, image on the left, image on the right with a border. It might look a little better depending on how much content you have. If it's just one in the row, which is the main way that they use this right now. They don't put 2 side by side very often because you have to have really short text or it gets really long on the side. So for the most part, they do just one card in a row.
That was essentially Katria's shortened demo of our paragraph variants that we've created. Does anyone have any questions at this time? I'm going to drop some resource links to the direct YouTube video along with our dev guide, React behavior documentation for anyone to reference in case they're interested in implementing it on their own.
Thank you. Do you mind everything that you put in chat? Can you put that on the session page, on the webcam page?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because this will be, this has been recorded and it will be available in about a week or so on YouTube.
Sounds good.
That'll be a pretty meta session to watch of a video of us watching a video, a great video, but still funny, right? Although we don't get this great conversation that we might have. We'll see.
I was kind of curious, do the people watching, can you see a good use for this in your own type of websites and things that you're building?
I thought it was pretty awesome. We do use paragraphs, and we have some custom coding, but yeah, I thought we haven't really started with React, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I feel like it gives you a lot of options.
We were really excited about it, that we could have all these possibilities, right? So it boggles my mind a little bit of like what we could do, but we should use the power for good rather than the power for bad. So it would be interesting to hear what other folks had ideas on doing, so that we don't create something that our users could cause problems for themselves down the road, like with accessibility and colors and things like that.
So this is available on Stanford sites then?
Not yet. We did it as a custom project for a sub theme.
Okay.
All the work that we end up doing that's custom usually ends up in the backlog, depending on where we are with all the priorities that we have on the product. So it's possible that this could end up in the product at some point, but for now it's just a custom project that we have.
So this is 12:20. This was a 20-minute session, but and I have another session to moderate at 12:30. But if you want to continue this conversation, I could pass host over to David Tom, because you are a fellow Stanfordian. Or we
I'm gonna go get some food. Sorry, I need to get some food before the 1 o'clock session.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for coming, and thank you, Jen and Rebecca. This was really awesome. And yeah, enjoy camp and join us. I think 3 p.m. today is the is kind of the after party. It should be somewhere on the website. So, okay, thanks guys.